place to promote the growth of Tigres in English through analysis, discussions, interviews, and more. Welcome to the LAutimes podcast. And we are back. Welcome everybody to the LAutimes podcast, the place where we talk about our beloved Tigres in English. And on this Tuesday night, we get the rare occurrence of us recording our usual episode while there's a game going on. So this is a de facto live watch along, as we are watching Tigres play their second leg against Forge tonight. They're playing in Monterrey, and the game literally started 90 seconds ago. So why listen to the nonsense that's being spewed on VIX and on TUDN or on Tubi, and you can just listen to us while you watch the game? Come join us if you're watching us live right now. If you're listening back on podcast later, sorry about you. But we are live, and we're going to react to the game as it goes, as well as doing our usual agenda of talking about all things men's and women's team. I'm Dennis. I'm the producer and tonight's host, and I'm very happy to be joined by my great friends, my fellow compatriot up here in DFW, Edgar, aka Double L Nation, and Mr. Lou himself at Tigres_English down in Austin. How are you boys?
Doing good. Excited to be here for our first watch along pod.
Happy to be here, Dennis. This is the first time we do this, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah. We usually try not to, but I don't know. It felt like a good time to, like we'll just see how it goes. We've never done it before, as we mentioned. We've done some post game shows over the last year or so, and those are usually fun. But this is sort of a different thing. So seriously, if you're watching this live right now, I guarantee you we got better stuff to say than whatever they're saying on TUDN on VIX. I guarantee you. We don't even like TUDN and VIX like that. So turn the game on your screen, put it on mute, and turn this stream all the way up, and we'll talk about all things related to the team and kind of give some reactions to the game as it goes. We plan to be here for most, if not all, of the game. So stick around. We'll be here a while. If you're on Twitter and YouTube, share the stream with people. Repost, retweet, like, share, subscribe, comment, do all the things, and come hang out in the chat and react to the game live with us. Okay? So, we're about 3.5 minutes into the game. This is a scenario where Tigres cannot tie on aggregate if there are goals scored. Now, if it stays 0-0, then I think we get into extra time, and that becomes its own thing. But if goals start getting scored, Tigres cannot draw on aggregate because away goals are a thing in this competition still. So with that in mind, the starting lineup for tonight, in case you have not caught it yet, is as follows. The birthday boy, Nahuel Guzman, in goal with the backline of Jesus Garza, Joaquim, Jesus Angulo making his first start of the calendar year, I believe, and Lali Loroña keeping it at the left back spot. Midfield of Gorriarán and Bruneta. The front three in front of the midfield is Inés, Ociel, and Angel Correa. And a first appearance and first start for new signing, new striker, Rodrigo Aguirre, El Búfalo, making his first appearance in Tigres colors tonight. Obviously not his first time in Monterrey because, as we know, he was a former player of the enemy. Oh my goodness, Correa almost just scored a goal. That would have been great. And yeah, that's the lineup for tonight. Lots of subs, including APG and Chicha, Marcelo Flores, Cesar Araujo. No Romulo in the squad tonight, which I don't think we ever got a reason for that. Do we know why he wasn't even listed in the squad?
Just rest, I'm assuming.
Tapeo actually posted somewhere he was having some muscular discomfort.
Okay.
So they didn't want to risk it. He's not even on the bench.
I see. Okay. Good to know. All right. So Boys, thoughts on I guess on the first 5 minutes so far of the game, and do you like this lineup that we've thrown out there, specifically with the inclusion of Aguirre making his first appearance with the team?
I like the lineup. I think it's a good 11. I think I would have preferred to see Aguirre as a sub. I can't see him having too much chemistry with the team yet. Yeah, I mean, he arrived Sunday?
Yep.
Yeah, he's only
So
had one training session.
so I mean, it's kind of a difficult spot to put him in. But I mean, this is a weaker opponent. However, it just seems like we might not be giving the opponent the respect that they deserve. I mean, this game, if they were to score one on us, could potentially change quite a bit. So that's the only gripe I'll say about that. But other than that, I think Threeger mentioned maybe having Flores on the left wing instead of Ozzy. We'll see. I think this is a good game for Ozzy. Why not? Why not give him a shot? If he ends up being apathetic, then we can always bring in Flores.
Right. Yeah. I'm currently finding some issues. I don't know why the stream is not showing up on the Twitter account, on the lautimes Twitter account, at least for me.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that I don't see it anywhere. I was trying
That's
to retweet it.
so weird. Let me see if I could find it on here. I
We're
can't
lost in the
either.
void, bro.
That's
We
so
don't
weird.
exist.
I can see it. We have 6 live followers.
That's so weird.
That's
though.
weird, bro. Not coming up on my end.
Share via. Can I want to retweet it. It's not that hard.
Hey,
Like,
if you're gonna tweet it out, Dennis, tag me on it. That way I can retweet it as well.
all right, bet I will do my best to do that. Yeah, I'm with you, Lou. I think it's a good lineup. You got some rotation in. Obviously, youth minutes is not a factor in this game, so it's a good game for a guy like Osiel Herrera to get a start, to hopefully get back into some rhythm after kind of it's been a rough, I think, start to the season for him. Um, and it's a strong enough team that should be able to get the job done, considering the fact that you don't want to give this Fords team opportunities, especially on the counter, because that's going to be the way that they hurt us tonight, is to get out on the break, make us turn the ball over. They're happy to concede possession, but once they get on the break, they want to try and go, as they've already been trying to do the first 8 minutes so far of this game. Ooh, nice shot, Bruneta. So that's kind of their game plan, and it's important for the back line to stay solid, and it's a good back line. I mean, Angulo starting again in his usual left center back spot is great news, considering the fact that he had been hurt for the first few games of this season so far. What do we think? Like, do we think we're gonna have a good game tonight? I know we didn't do predictions, obviously, ahead of this leg, but how do we feel about um, our chances of advancing, especially since we're at home in this leg?
Pretty good. I'll say rather confident that we'll get the win. I don't expect us to struggle too much. I mean, as we already mentioned, having Buffalo in the starting 11, for me, it's just a little bit of a liability. Not because he's not in shape, but just because he's only spent a couple hours with these guys. So hopefully that doesn't come and bite us in the butt, but we'll see.
Yeah, this is one of those where we got to score at least one in the first half, and then I think we can break it open. Obviously, it's going to be kind of a messy game right now. They're going to be physical. They're going to try to destroy the game, but we need to take advantage of the wings. We have Linus, we have Ozzy. I think we need to play outside in and see if maybe we can get Buffalo involved with the header or something easy for him to get going. But if we score in the first 25, 30 minutes, I think it's a game that we can break open and maybe win like 3-0, maybe 4-0. But we'll see. If we don't break it open, then the more time goes on, then the more frustrated we'll get.
And the last thing you need too is to also have a 0-0 tie and have to play an extra 30 minutes, I think, if we need to get to that point. Or does it go straight to pens? Do we know how this works?
I believe it goes into OT.
Okay, that's what I figured. Ooh, hard foul.
My understanding is this is the last tournament, the last confederation to have the allow goal, the
Away goals.
away goals be significant.
Yeah.
I think every other federation's done away with it.
Who would have thought that CONCACAF would be the one keeping it alive, bro, of all the federations?
And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in this tournament, bro, because sometimes that sort of stuff will sneak up on you.
Right.
As we know, right? Like with Columbus, I think didn't we struggle against Columbus Crew because of that? The away goal got us.
Yeah.
Or was it Toronto? One of those teams.
Toronto, I think.
Ended up getting us because of the away goal. So it'll be important.
Exactly. And even Cruz Azul too. Last year, they got that first goal in the first leg at our place, and we had to basically play from behind the rest of the series, and it was just a struggle. And in the rest of that leg, and obviously in the second leg. Speaking of El Búfalo, now that his signing is official, let's kind of spend a few minutes talking about him. We talked about him some last week before the deal actually went through. There was a lot of hoopla about whether or not it was going to happen, especially with how America's roster sort of changed over the last week and a half, especially with some of their foreign players. But he is here. He's here on a 3-year deal. We bought him for, remind me, like
Bello's saying anywhere between 900,000 and 1.1 million. So I would just say around 1 mil.
Okay, and we just sold Ibanez for 2. So
Cesar Merlo had other figures. I don't know if you guys noticed that. He put out a much bigger number.
Huh.
Yeah.
So there is some discrepancy between two pretty reliable folks, right? Merlo is a pretty reliable guy, but Bello has been adamant about Tigres having only paid around that 1 mil mark. So I think I'm gonna go with Bello on this one just because I feel like that is what makes most sense. I don't think we would have paid 3 mil for him or 2 mil. I think would have been excessive. So
right.
I'm gonna side with Bello on that one. I think that makes a lot more sense.
That's a bad pass by Ozzy there. A little late on the overlap. Yeah, I mean it's not bad. I mean it's not a extraordinary figure for a guy who was similar to Ibanez towards the end of his deal. So it makes sense that the figure is not super big.
Honestly, if we got him for a mil or just over a mil, I think it's actually a steal, bro. I mean, you're getting a guy who, at the very least, is going to be taking a lot of load off of Correa to be the first man to press. I think you're starting to see it tonight, how he's a lot more aggressive than Nico Ibanez was, for example, when pressing. So I think you can kind of see what Pizarro wants out of him to do a lot of the leg work, that kind of punishing work that kind of wears you out as the game goes along. He's going to be doing it and kind of letting Correa maybe kind of save some of that energy for the more important play. So if we did get him at that figure, I think it's an excellent election by the front office. I think it's a win-win for him and for us, and I think he's motivated because of the World Cup. I think he wants to have a great season. And
he said it too, right? He said it
at
the airport. He literally said that verbatim. He was like, I have a clear goal of representing my team this summer at the World Cup, and I would hope that would lead to extra motivation and desire to do his best with us, and hopefully we can reap some of the benefits of that. Edgar, I'll throw it to you, especially now within the context of Ibanez officially being sold to Cruz Azul for, like I said, 2 million, with that signing being made official earlier this afternoon. With that swap, would you consider that good business by the front office, and thoughts on Aguirre's potential role with this team?
I think so. I don't think anyone had Buffalo either on the radar for this transfer window, or for any transfer window for that matter. But yeah, a player that wasn't getting a lot of minutes that kind of has that drive to do really well this season. I think it's good. I think pushing Nico Ibanez out, it needed to be done. I don't think it was done in the best manner. That seemed a little bit rushed. I'm actually a little bit surprised he went to Cruz Azul and not MLS, but we can get into that here in a second. But overall, I think it was a really good swap. I think it's something that Tigres needs. Buffalo has like this much more aggressive character that we didn't always see with Ibanez.
Yeah, and not to harp on the World Cup factor again, but Ibanez is not going to be at the World Cup this summer. Doesn't really even have a chance to make it unless drastic things happen. He just isn't going to be a factor, and so that's a little thing, but I think it kind of matters. I'm with you though. I'm surprised the move to New York didn't actually happen. It seemed like there was a lot of progress there, and I'm also kind of surprised that Cruz Azul would want him. I wonder what they see that makes him a good fit there, even though he's not going to start. At least I don't think currently, unless they're going to run like a 2-striker up top formation.
Well, they lost Angel Sepulveda, who was pretty good in the air, and I think they've been missing that. And they do have better crossers than we do, and so I think they're gonna get a guy who's for this league elite in the air. So I think he's gonna benefit from guys like Rotondi making crosses into the box, and go back and look at Ibanez's highlights at Tigres, and a lot of those 31 goals that he scored were in the air.
Right.
So when he can get a good cross, he's lethal, and I think that's what Larcamón is seeing, a guy who's going to give him that edge in the air. So I think it's a win-win. I think I don't know if Ibanez has any fuel left in the tank, but if there is a spot for him to get back and be relevant in this league, I think it'll be at Cruz Azul. I think it's a good spot for him. And obviously we win because we desperately needed to offload him. And so I think all parties involved were benefited from this transaction, which, from what Vladimir Loroña was saying, came down to the last 3 minutes, bro.
You mean Vladdy Garcia?
Yeah, did I say Loroña?
Yeah.
Vladimir Garcia mentioned that it didn't get signed off until 3 minutes until the final deadline, which was extended by the league, in fact. So had it not been extended by the league, Ibanez wouldn't have left. He would have had to end up playing with the under-21s or something. But
yeah,
I was following that the whole night, bro. I was just like, man, what's gonna happen? Reminded me of that. Who was it? De Gea to Real Madrid situation where the fax didn't get sent, and I was getting similar vibes to that. I was like, oh man, what's gonna happen? And
bro, he
was at the airport waiting until Tigres gave him the okay, and then poor guy couldn't leave. He missed one flight and then had to wait for another flight to open up. And then he's getting hounded by reporters as he's leaving, and they're asking him he's like, I can't talk about it because nothing's been finalized. Until it gets finalized, and I can tell you. So I mean, it was a tough situation for him, but
yeah, it was.
It got done finally.
I got not to cut open this wound again for us, Lou, but I got a lot of flashbacks to the Mark Yehi situation last summer, with how he was basically about to get announced by Liverpool, and then all of a sudden Crystal Palace's owner and head coach throw a tantrum and they pull out of the deal, and then now he's at freaking Manchester City. That same sort of last minute drama. Ibanez had that kind of moment just in a way more public in a way more public space in the freaking airport in Monterrey,
with like 15 reporters chasing him,
bro, crazy.
taking photos of him as he sits at a restaurant
As
at
he
the
sits at the
airport.
terminal, bro. It's crazy. Just crazy. It's so interesting how, like in Mexico, like how that stuff gets played out a lot more, like in public for all to see, and it's so interesting, man. It's so interesting.
What kind of, it doesn't annoy me, but I think it's kind of difficult is how much access they have at the airport.
Right,
And so
dude.
they're able to, like, as soon as they get out of the gate, they're all over them, where you don't see that sort of stuff here in the States.
Oh,
You're ahead of me?
oh,
What?
oh! They counted it. Ladies and
Oh.
gentlemen, El Buffalo Aguirre has scored on his debut.
Ooh, yes.
I'm still behind.
Oh, man, I love it.
Go.
21 minute and 4 second mark, Edgar.
I'm 15 seconds behind.
Wow.
Should I
all
tweet?
right.
Should I tweet it out, or should I break tradition, bro?
Wow, look at him. He's all smiling.
You
That
gotta
was
see
I
them.
thought Ociel was gonna score it from that little flick. Oh, that's a
Yeah,
good,
that was an interesting
Oh,
little
nice.
flick.
that's a good header from Gorriarán. Man, great spot. The goalie.
Well, what a great start for Aguirre, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, that was great. Gorri really made that happen, bro.
yeah.
Really
yeah.
tight window.
That's great. All right. Well, there you go. We're doing great on our first watch.
Hey, and look at us scoring off of a set piece, bro. When's the last time we had one of those?
Bro.
3 years ago, probably.
Yeah, that's one thing that has gone downhill since Pizarro took over. I don't
Yeah.
think Pizarro has a set piece
Oh, come
specialist
on.
coach.
Joaquin just scored a header 4 or 5 days ago.
No, hombre.
What do you mean, nombre?
Oh, that's true. I had forgotten about that.
Against Santos way.
Yeah, but it's Santos, bro. I
It's
mean, I could have scored.
Santos.
I could have scored in that game, bro.
True.
You everything that happened in that game, you got to throw it out. Doesn't count.
They could have put me
You-
and
you do
Pollito
know
and
that-
Reaper.
That Santos would probably be like in the 3rd division by now if relegation existed.
Bro, freaking put up get Atlante up back in the league and replace Santos, bro. Just forget the fact that they're about to morph into Mazapan or whatever they're about to be.
Get rid of Querétaro, Mazatlan, and Santos, and bring me back like Tampico Madero, Correcaminos.
Correcaminos, güey.
And I'll give you Atlante. There you go.
And Morelia.
Ooh, yes, Morelia.
Just for the kids, bro. Just for the kids. Okay.
I've
Well,
always liked their fan base, Morelia's fan base. I
Yeah,
thought they
yeah,
were
yeah.
always pretty loyal.
I agree. Well, this is fun. I'd say we're having a successful watch along right now. There's 56 people in the stream right now watching as well. Thank you.
And
for
why
joining.
aren't they commenting? We need some comments, man.
Yeah, we need a goal in the chat from somebody. Threeger, I know you're
Where's
watching.
my boy Threeger at?
Where's Pollito at? Pollito, the almost
Pollito,
birthday
no
boy
man, he's in
himself.
party mode right now, bro. Pollito's probably had one too many drinks at this point.
I need my boy Alfred in the chat. If he's not at the stadium, he needs to be in the chat. That's like
Sí,
a,
güey. Este güey
That's
va a
true.
tener miedo.
Alfred,
Fact.
where you at, bro?
Yeah, I don't know everybody. I don't know the
AJ.
we're calling
Yeah,
these
have you
out.
guys noticed AJ hasn't been around since the Texas Longhorns smashed the Aggies? we might have taken that guy's soul, bro. That week he had to saw him off on his profile photo, and then he disappeared, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah, we're calling everybody out. Where's Peter at? Where's Sean at? Where's Woodsy at? Well, Woodsy's probably asleep. I'll give him some
we
voice.
actually got a message from Sean earlier in the chat. So shout out to Sean. He's probably
Yes.
watching.
Get in.
Sean's too busy hanging out in Cancun, bro, having the best time of his life.
Yeah, bro. And never mind. That's not a good joke. Anyway, I was gonna say something
keep it
kind of vile. But,
PG, Gartman.
whatever.
My
Whatever.
tia's watching, bro.
Your tia? What? Well, my tia probably is too, in fairness. Speaking of llantos, let's take a few minutes here. We're about the 25th minute if you're not watching the game for whatever reason. Tigres won, Forge nil, both on the score for tonight and on aggregate. The Yantos game from last week ended up being quite the goal fest. Didn't start great, giving up that goal in the first half, but obviously things got a lot better. We saw goals from Joaquim, Chicha scored, Lainez scored, Correa finally got on the score sheet for the first time this season. Araujo made his debut. Paco Reyes made his debut. We got some more youth minutes out of the way. A pretty successful night, all things considered, besides not getting the clean sheet. Thoughts on that? I know we kind of jokingly said, it's Santos, you throw it out the window, but I mean, it's nice to finally get a win at home after struggling the first 2 games, right?
Yeah, a little disappointed that we gave up that goal. I feel like this team at times has a little bit of focus issues defensively, and I think that's something that we need to clean up because, yeah, I mean, you can afford to make mistakes like that against a Santos team that's, basically in free fall, but in big games, that sort of stuff really will make your season come to a quick end. So I think it's important to start kind of dialing it in. It's not early in the season anymore. I think we need to start kind of getting focused. So a little disappointed that happened, but I was happy that we scored more than the XG. So which means that the boys were pretty sharp up top, putting away their chances. So
Yeah.
happy about that. Um, Correa had been having some issues, some slumps in front of goal. So happy to see him get one, even though it was a PK. But I think maybe that'll get him jump started again.
Right. That'll get him going. Aguirre all over this Forge team, by the way, with just his pressing and his
And that's the stuff that Ibanez did not do, bro.
yep.
You see that's that nasty, all over you, just annoy you constantly. That stuff was what really disappointed me about Ibanez is that
Right.
he needed to be doing that dirty work. He never did.
You
And
see hold on, finish your thoughts. Sorry. I'm noticing something, but finish your
no,
thought.
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that I'm noticing that they're playing in the possession. We're playing in the back 3 again. Like Chewy's pushing up a lot, and it's kind of more of Joaquim Angulo and Vladdy as a back 3, at least for that little spell. That's kind of how it was last week in the second half, where Pizarro kind of switched things up and pushed guys up more in the second half.
And I think we're gonna be sort of unbalanced that way, and I say unbalanced, but not in the negative way. I think I mentioned it last week. I think we're gonna have Joaquim, Romulo, Angulo as left fullback, and Garza as right fullback. So it's unbalanced in the sense that Angulo doesn't give you anything offensively. So you sort of let Garza, when in possession, you let Garza go up the right wing, and then you play with 3 at the back. So this doesn't surprise me that Loroña, also kind of being a more defensive type player, at times sits back and then lets Garza kind of operate. Garza right now
Right.
is already in the final third with Lainez, so I
Yeah.
think we're going to see a lot of that this season because of the Farfan injury.
Right.
With Farfan, I think the team was a lot more balanced in the sense that both fullbacks were able to go up and down.
Absolutely. We're about at the 30-minute mark. About 20 seconds away from the 30-minute mark. Little PSA for all you who are watching. At halftime of this match, we will dive into some Tigres Femenil and talk about their 2 most recent
Some Pedro
games.
Losa hate.
Lou's gonna be back on his Pedro Losa rants here in a little bit. So stick around at halftime for that, which again is about 15, 20-ish minutes away from now.
Another
Edgar's
thing
back
I
with us.
wanted to bring up about the Santos game, Dennis, was that even though Brunetta didn't have a great game, I liked his tenacity, his resiliency, because stuff wasn't going his way, but he kept trying. He kept
Right.
attempting, taking shots, and I think that's important for a guy like him. You're not going to get out of the rut if you don't try, and I think he did a lot to just kind of make an effort to take shots, even though they weren't going in, because eventually that'll work. It's going to work for him. It's just he just needs to keep playing through it.
Absolutely. Um, one thing I didn't like about that game was why the heck was it at 7 p.m. dog on a Friday? Dog, put that game at 9. I was so caught off guard when the lineup came out at
Who
6 o'clock.
played at the 9 o'clock slot? Was that because it was Necaxa San Luis, right?
It was Chivas, bro. Chivas and Mazatlan, I think.
No, that was at the same time as us. No,
It was? Was there 3 games on Friday?
it was a triple header, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, let me see.
Was the other one Atlas and?
Maybe. I can't find
Just
it.
can't remember who Atlas was playing.
Here, I got you. Give me like 1 second. I don't know where it went. Standings. Atlas. Atlas is in 4th place, by the way. No, Atlas played on they played on Saturday.
Okay.
Chivas played on Friday.
Okay, so it's Chivas, us.
Chivas, us, Llantos, Mazapan.
And Necaxa San Luis.
Okay. So maybe that was the late game.
No, Necaxa San Luis and us, we played at 7, and you're right. I think
Chivas,
Guadalajara was
Mazapan was 9.
Chivas was the late game.
Okay. Because I remember I was in Waco on Friday, and when I got into my hotel room, I turned on, I think, TUDN or Univision, one of the two, and they were recapping the Chivas game. That's how I remember that Chivas was on Friday. But I didn't see what time that they played at. Yeah, those games need to be at 9 for traffic's sake, for just the fact that it's on a Friday sake. Like, a Friday game at home should never be at 7 p.m. That's way too early in Monterrey.
Yeah, it's for our fans. It's super tough because of the traffic.
Oh, nice, Ociel, nice. Ooh, very nice.
Bro, I've been pretty impressed with this Forge team, bro. They're very disciplined.
Yeah, they're like
coordinated. Their line sweeps well.
Yeah,
they press as a unit well. They're organized.
The only thing that they're not great at least against us, at least, is finishing those like half chances on the counter. But you're right. Like they keep their shape well. Like they honestly are not bad at like keeping the ball. Much more better.
And they got that short king at goalkeeper, bro.
Yeah, bro. For real.
It's like I'm watching Edgar at goalkeeper.
That's crazy.
Edgar doesn't think it's funny, bro. Either that or he's frozen.
I think he's frozen.
He's frozen, bro. I haven't seen him blink.
That's hilarious. What if that was his reaction just the whole time?
Yeah, he's just like, I'm just gonna sit here and stare at him the whole time.
I'm just gonna ignore him. I'm just gonna ignore every bad thing he just said about me. That's amazing. 34th minute now. Okay, now Edgar disappeared again. That's unfortunate. What should we talk about for the next 10-ish minutes before halftime?
What did we not get to talk about yet? Trying to think.
We can preview our next game, second half.
Hey,
I won't wait for that.
Whatever happened to that LA Galaxy signing that was rumor that was floating around? Did that anything happen with that?
I have not heard anything about that. Have I done much of my research about it either? To be honest, no. But I'm also.
Obviously, if it would have happened, we would have announced it already because the window closed. But
right,
I'm just curious to see what why we didn't sign him or why it fell through, that sort of thing, you know.
Well, I guess the only way now at this point for him to join is if his contract with like LA doesn't. Oh, close. Um, LA gets like terminated or something, and he's able to join as a free agent, which I think you can still join as a free agent until like March, if I remember correctly. At least that's how it's traditionally in our league. Do you see that half chance just now?
Yeah, man.
That's a
I'm
that's a
liking
good ball
Ozzy.
from Correa, bro.
I'm liking Ozzy kind of getting involved up top, bro. You notice he's been a little more central at times.
Yeah, I was gonna say that he's not floating out as much on the left as he usually is. He's kind of acting as like a second
Yeah,
striker,
like a second striker. It's
but
kind of good to see him.
we're
I
kind of
mean,
like we're packing the middle. Like Correa's not
yeah,
necessarily out on a wing either, which is really interesting.
yeah. I think it would work if we had a left fullback that was like if Farfan was playing, for example. I think that would work. But it's just unfortunately Loroña's not going to give you much offensively up that wing to be able to generate any chances from there.
Right. Well, looks like we lost Edgar. Saying laptop and I are having creative differences, but no worries. I'll keep this chat lively.
You know what the problem is that he's on that Pentium 2 back from that 2002 running Windows 98 or something, bro.
Bro, you got to get you at least a MacBook Air, bro.
Can we crowdfund a computer for my boy Edgar, please?
Can we crowdfund us just doing this podcast as our like full-time jobs? I think I would like that greatly.
You know, we would probably have money for the laptop if we hadn't crowdfunded him getting bailed out of jail so many times for streaking.
For streaking on the streets of Arlington,
Of
Texas.
Arlington, bro. Every time we get a big win, my boy lands in jail.
He should stick to doing what my friend did after the Seahawks won the Super Bowl the other night. Just push-ups. I have a listener.
Speaking of Super Bowl, what were your thoughts on the halftime show?
Oh, I loved it, man. It was great. It was very, very joyful. Very. I just loved the like festive, celebratory vibe to it. Um, and it just felt like very communal, which is like classic Latin culture, right? Classic R sort of thing. I thought he did a great job. I love the Lady Gaga cameo and the fact that she did that song uh, that she wrote with Bruno Mars in a salsa type style. I thought it was super cool. Um, it was great. I really enjoyed it.
Well, as you know, I'm fully fluent in Spanish. It's my mother tongue, but I couldn't understand half of what he was saying, bro. But I'll say this. That set was one of the nicest I've ever seen, if not the nicest set in a Super Bowl.
Yeah, bro.
I thought it was like really creative. Like it really made you feel like you were walking through the streets of a town. And there was just a lot of little things there that were really cool. Really, really well done. Like the cinematography was really nice. I
Yeah.
was really, really impressed with how they were able to make that work out. That was fantastic. I don't know if Apple gets involved creatively with that kind of stuff, but at times I felt like maybe Apple had a little bit of a hand in the way that some of that looks. I was really, really impressed.
Yeah. I love the like little bits of like, like the marriage that happened was actually real, right? Like that was cool.
I
And
w-
like the
well, I was actually thinking about that, but I didn't like I couldn't confirm it in any way. How did you find out that that was
they
real?
the couple posted about it uh on Instagram, and then it like got leaked into the news. And so like they confirmed it themselves, which is super cool. Like that was a great piece. The little like taco stand that was like directly from LA, like a very famous taco stand in LA. That was super cool. Um,
When
I
he
just
picks up the shot from that lady in the little stand,
yeah
like I
yeah
guess that's like I don't know, was that a Bronx reference or a Brooklyn reference, something like that?
maybe yeah
One
yeah
of
like
the
a
New
New
York
York
City
sort of thing.
boroughs.
Right, yeah. Those little nuggets just to make it even more special. I just thought creatively, just such a great job by all of them, and he deserves a lot of kudos for putting on a good show. Um, Speaking of the Seahawks, which Edgar, as we know, big Seattle guy, as of I don't know, a couple weeks ago. Um,
What do you mean as of a couple? Like
not
we
like
just
6 months
barely
ago.
found out that he was a Seahawks, or just 2 weeks ago he became a Seahawks fan?
No, I'm talking about just his general love for Seattle since he went on that fandom of Seattle Sounders and it's morphed into everything else Seattle. Big shout out to Seattle Seahawks player. Well, shout out the entire Seahawks team for winning the Super Bowl. But shout out to I think the Tigres fans' new favorite Seattle Seahawks player, Tyler Okada, who surprised us all, as Double A Nation says here. Um, Surprised us all by shouting out the Tigres at Media Week last week, saying, Me encantan Nahuel and Andre Guignac. Vamos Tigres. If you've not seen that video yet, it has circulated along on the socials, and it's pretty awesome. So shout out to him for winning the ring. I think he should be given a trip to Mexico, and he should bring the Lombardi to El Volcan during a game.
Tigres, get involved with that. That would be awesome. I
We're just
know, I know,
we're
I
giving
know.
ideas now.
We're best buds with the Houston Texans, but we can spread our love to the Seahawks, no problem.
Exactly. Double O Nation saying my laptop some days runs like Jurgen Damm, other days it runs on bench mode like Pisuto. Hilarious. Hilarious.
While we were talking about the Super Bowl, Gorriarán picked up a yellow card and well earned. I think he's been fouling quite hard
Yes, he has.
this night, so he deserved it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe now we'll see. Cesar Araujo, is he available tonight?
He is. He's on the bench.
So maybe that's a good opportunity to bring him in.
This is also
Wouldn't-
a good opportunity for me to list the bench out because I did not do that earlier. Both goalkeepers, Carrera and Felipao, are on the bench. Paco Reyes, Purata, Osvi, Guerrero, Araujo, Chicha Sanchez, Bigon, Guignac, Chelo, and Edgar Lopez, who scored in the Santos game as well. His first goal in what feels like forever. Real brief note on him because we didn't talk about him in the context of the Santos game. Does it give you any hope that he can contribute something else besides that this season, or is that like it's against Santos, it's whatever?
Bro, I feel like in a lot of ways he might be a little bit handcuffed. I know he's limited talent wise. He's not he's not super talented and he's a very modest player, but I feel like in some ways though he might be handicapped because of the loan agreement. I don't know the details on the loan agreement, but for example, I know last season
Edgar
he was having a
Castelo
decent
has
night.
more names than goals. No mames. That's hilarious.
Come on, man, give him some credit.
Sorry.
Like we stopped playing him last season, and I think we stopped playing him because if we would have played him anymore, we would have had to buy him outright. I think there is a certain amount of minutes in the clause that causes us to not play him anymore because of that rule. I think Tigres doesn't want to buy him, and because they don't want to buy him, then they don't want to activate the buy clause, which
Right.
I think it's prompted by the amount of minutes he plays,
Right.
which is kind of messed up because if he gets into any kind of hot streak, it doesn't really work out for him because Tigres doesn't want to buy him, so
right.
we'll limit his minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting bit, but it is nice that he was able to contribute on Friday and hopefully
And obviously now with Buffalo Aguirre, his time is
super limited. Yeah. For sure. But the hope is that when he is on the field, that maybe he has more moments like that consistently where he's providing goals or at least causing havoc in the very limited minutes that he has given. Even though, yeah, now that with Aguirre there, with Guignac not necessarily hurt, like he was at this point last year, then it's just not going to really happen for him. Fun fact, Sir Edward III had a bonus clause that prevented us from experiencing his world-class football champagne.
Yeah. I don't even need to look at the comments to realize and know that that's Edgar who made that comment.
Only the real ones know. No manches, bro. We are about a minute-ish away from halftime. There are 2 minutes of added time that were added on to the end of the first half. The score is still 1-0 Tigres as of this moment.
Uh, Sofa score doesn't give us a heat map, I think, for this game, but if they did, I think it would show the right side very red and the left with very little. I think we're very heavily right hand offset right now.
Yeah. Overall, a decent half, but not enough gas on the pedal, in my opinion. Yeah, I would agree with that. It'd be nice to get a second goal sooner than later because, again, if you get into if they score, you getting yourself into trouble, because again,
Yeah,
the away
it'll be
goals
a away
count
goal.
for a lot. They're really trying to force the counterattacks through the middle, and thankfully our guys are doing a good job of stopping that. Ooh, oh, okay, Brunetta, I see you
You
trying to
know
make something happen.
what I'm liking about Tigres though is that they're not falling into desperation and just doing blindly crosses into the box.
Right,
You notice that, even though they are playing us in a low block, we're still attempting things up the middle, kind of trying to link up.
right.
And so, eventually the goal will come, but the second goal, I mean, but for now I'm kind of happy to see us mix it up a little bit.
I agree, and it is officially halftime of this second leg of the first round of CONCACAF Champions Cup. The score at halftime is Tigres 1, Forge FC 0. The aggregate score is also Tigres 1, Forge FC 0. And with that current score line, Tigres would advance into the round of 16. Tigres is
What's
moving like a Zuru, moving but unattractive.
what's our XG, bro?
I got you. I got you with the stats breakdown here in a second. Um, Thank you for joining us, by the way, if you're still hanging around. Come hang out with us as we talk this first half real briefly. We'll talk about some stats, and during this halftime period, we will also discuss Tigres Femenil as we get into the second half in about 15 minutes from now. Let's talk about some stats in this first half of this game. Our XG is currently at 0.81, 7 total shots, 2 on target, 74% possession compared to Forge's 26. Aguirre's goal, I'm trying to get the number for it right now. The XG on that was 0.5, so that's the majority of our XG, where that's coming from. We have attempted 341 passes, or we have completed 341 passes, 90% completion rate. Pretty much all the stats are in our favor. Dominating the game from a possession perspective, from a shots perspective. We've won 23 duels compared to their 19. FOTMOB is not gospel, but if we're taking FOTMOB into account, current ratings show that the player of the match so far is Fernando Goriaran, followed by Buffalo Aguirre. Goriaran has the assist from Aguirre. The back line showing green ratings right now. The lowest rated Tigres player on the field is Correa at a 6.5, which is not horrible. With all that in mind, is that a pretty fair assessment of the first half with all those numbers?
Yeah, I think it's a good snapshot of what's going on. I think Forge has been happy to let us have possession. They've been, sitting in a low block, waiting to maybe have a counter, which hasn't been there for them, hasn't been effective. I think a team like Forge is going to struggle to counter us when we have quite a bit of speed on that back line. Um, they're just we would have to have some kind of mistake to be able to for them to be able to get us. And so far, the team I think has done a good job of not making too many mistakes. Most of those opportunities for them would come if we were to make some sort of passing mistake trying to build out or as we're playing in the middle third and
Right.
so far I think our passing efficiency has been pretty good given the circumstances.
Apparently, there was a bunny in the stadium before before the match.
Oh, that's cool, man.
El conejo de suerte.
El conejito malo, bro.
Love it. Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair assessment as well. Dominant, but not too dominant. That would be the way I'd put it. Ah, look who's joined us in the chat. Carlitos. Someone tell Ociel to put some heart in. I feel like he's
Bro.
been fine.
Yeah, man, but I'm with him. I just feel like Ozzy.
Oh, sometimes he checks out. More often
He's
than not, he checks
a
out.
lot of times he checks out, bro, and he just doesn't have that garra, man. I think there's been games where I'm like, man, we need to offload him this coming off season.
Yeah.
I mean, he's talented. It's just that there's no blood flowing through his veins.
Yeah. I think he means huevos, says Edgar.
That's exactly what he means.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, he half the time looks like he's just completely zoned out. And it's like you can't get away with that at Tigres, bro. Like the fans are gonna call you out on it. They're gonna put pressure on you. It's just not that's not the standard at this club to just like check out like that. You know what I mean?
And honestly, I feel like we've given the guy quite a bit of a pass. For some reason, he kind of tends to fly under the radar, and because of that, because he's sort of low key, we tend to kind of forget about him, and so he doesn't get the bulk of the criticisms. But now that Ibanez is gone, who knows? He might be next, bro. I mean, he might be the next guy that people start to kind of signal out and call out.
Since Nico left, I have no one to hate. Might be starting a hashtag OCL
Hey,
hater club.
he just proved my point, bro. Now that Nico's gone, all the Nico haters are gonna start jumping on Ozzy, man.
Yeah. Yeah. The Linus hater club doesn't exist anymore because he's justified the fact that he is not allowed to have haters. Even
The
though
the Linus hater club was only Arnoldo, bro. That was the only guy.
and me for a brief second before I calmed down a little bit. How that's funny. All right. We're about almost an hour into the recording. Again, if you're joining us live, come hang out with us. Like I said, listening to us is better than listening to anything else. So please come join us. Come share the stream if you haven't already. Especially if you're on Twitter, help us out because for whatever reason this didn't post on the actual lautimes Twitter account. Like you have to click the profile picture on the account in order to see it. So help us out with some retweets there, so that way we can get more eyeballs on it. We're almost at 100, which is great. Double O Nation with another comment saying David Molina has announced his campaign for president of the OCL Haters Club. I don't know if he's currently in the right headspace to be announcing any campaigns for anything. Not on the eve of his
I'm
birthday.
not gonna tell anybody what his age is. I'm gonna keep that private.
Yeah.
That old man.
Oh man. Alrighty. As promised, during this halftime period, we were going to discuss Tigres Femenil. We're going to do that now. An up and down week for the girls. First game on what was it, on Thursday? Right? Thursday, Friday of last week. Got a win at home. A tough game, but a win. And then last night, not so great. Tough loss against the Juarez team at home, ending our 22 match unbeaten streak. I know you said earlier that this is going to be your Pedro Losa haters hours rant session. So give us your thoughts on what's been an interesting last couple games for the girls. At home, only getting 3 points out of 6. Some great performances in that first game, but then obviously last night kind of being a very rare sort of struggle for the team, especially for our wingers.
Well, first of all, before I get on my soapbox, I got to give props to Juarez. They had two really tough back-to-back games and did really well. They tied America Femenil at home, and then they came and beat us at our place on the road. So shout out to them. They're doing things right. I think they're well coached, and you can see it, and so you got to give them their props. But as far as our team's concerned, I think we're at a stretch where these last 3 games, even though we've gotten decent results, haven't been great. I think it's a team that struggles to put passes together, struggles to play out the back, makes too many passing errors, which leads me to believe that we're not training correctly. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, we're missing Maria a ton. I even mentioned it uh, the other day. I mean, we need her, and I don't know why Pedro Losa continues to insist on benching Corginali when the team consistently looks much better with her on the pitch. And I hate that he does that. That he doesn't start her, especially in a game like we had against Bravas. That there was really no reason to bench her. So that sort of behavior tends to annoy players, and then you don't get the buy-in because you don't have the full trust of your players because you make stupid decisions like that that hurt the team. So to me, that's on Pedro Losa. I think
She looked amazing when she came on last night
yeah.
too. Like the amount of offense that got generated when she got subbed in is like, why the heck did she not start? It's not difficult.
It worries me too that he hasn't settled on his fullbacks. Like the constant back and forth with the fullbacks is messing up the team. He went with Eve Pericet, then plugged in Mayra Delgadillo, then brought Eve back, and to me, it's like you're sending the wrong signal. And then on the left fullback position, you're doing the same thing. Jimena Lopez, then Mia Villalpando, then Jimena, then Mia, and I think that's not him trying to try different formations. That's not him trying to figure out how he wants to rotate the club. I think that's him being indecisive on who he likes at that position. Uh,
I will say, before you keep going, I will say I understand why last night Jimena started. One, from a rotation perspective, but also Mia really struggled on Thursday. Like she basically gave up the goal, or allowed Cruz Azul to score that goal that they had, one of the goals that they had, and
yeah, but that's
the
also a
physicality
mistake.
really struggled her. Yes, I know it's a mistake, and she's 17 years old, and we have to remember that she's going to make more mistakes. So from that angle, I understand why Jimena started. I'm not saying I agree with it because I think Mia is the better player. And last night when she came off the bench, she was really freaking good. Like she had a couple of opportunities on that left wing that honestly should have led to some goals. But I understand why Pedro thought, okay, maybe Jimena deserves a start. Not, I guess it's kind of a weird thing to say, but maybe not. like punishing Mia for that mistake by not giving her the start the next game. Again, I don't agree with it, but that's kind of where I see his mindset. But I also agree with you in the sense that this rotation needs to get figured out. Maybe he's buying time for Anika to come back, at least on the right back spot, because as Carlos is saying, no one can replace Anika. I agree with that in more ways than one. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, it's not a great situation, and it's kind of leading, or a big reason as to why there hasn't been consistency with our defense either, because we haven't had a clean sheet in what feels like all season.
See, and I just don't like. If you're right about that, I don't like it. Like you're
Yeah,
punishing a kid for a mistake. You're gonna ruin her confidence. You
right.
had already pulled her. You subbed her out after that mistake, which you're kind of basically saying, "Hey, you made a mistake. You're coming out. That's your
Yeah,
punishment." Then the
yeah, because
next game,
she
you turn
she got
around
dropped
and
off at
give it.
halftime. Yeah,
Yeah, and then you give it to Jimena Lopez, and he doesn't learn that Jimena Lopez doesn't play well at fullback. It's extremely slow for a fullback, bro. The wingers from most teams will kill you. They're too speedy. They're too pacey. So, I mean, go back and look at that first leg against America. She got torched, and that wasn't the first time. There's plenty of games where Jimena Lopez at fullback just doesn't cut it. So you pulled Mia Villalpando, who made one little mistake. Well, that's not a little mistake. It was an important mistake. You pull her to bring in a player who has made plenty of mistakes at that position.
right. Yep.
So to me, it's like that doesn't make any sense to punish a player like that when you know, if anything, Jimena, her best spot is at center back.
Right.
Another mistake that he keeps making is not giving Natalia Colin playing time
Yeah, like
when she has the physicality, she has the speed to be able to play in games like this. So to me, let's say you want to pull Villalpando out, right? Because you want to punish her for the mistake. Then why don't you slide Marisa to fullback and bring in Natalia Colin?
right.
And you had Mayra Delgadillo playing halfway decent at the fullback position. Why don't you just keep rolling with that
Right.
instead of Eve, who's already made a mistake, made a costly mistake in previous games, and then you bring her
Right.
in and she makes another one,
Yeah.
basically ruin the game because
Yeah.
she gave us a terrible start to that game. So
Yeah. Play from
really
behind basically the whole
disappointing.
game.
And another thing that I'll keep harping on is he's so reluctant to pull Hermoso when sometimes that's the best option. That's what the team needs, for you to pull Hermoso out and
Yeah.
bring in a better midfielder. So I didn't understand the subs, and I still don't understand why after him having so many games under him, we still can't dominate possession. We can't string passes together. Why we continue to make so many mistakes. So this is a coach that, yeah, he won the cup, but I think he's won games based on individual performances, great individual
And
performances.
not on a set style of play.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and not because the team is functioning properly.
Right.
And every season we get 3 or 4 games where the team looks terrible, like just dysfunctional completely.
Second half has started in the Tigres versus Forge match. Osiel Herrera had a nice little opportunity just now. That's why I reacted the way that I did. Um, and we're currently in the 47th minute of the match. Okay, back to Feminine.
I wasn't too worried about the drop points, but now I'm starting to get a little concerned, bro.
Yeah, are we in like fifth or sixth?
We have a game on hand, but I think we're
Yeah,
starting to drop points against the better teams in the table. So it doesn't look well for when we got to go play America and Rayadas. We continue to drop points. That could cost us when we get into Liguilla because
Yeah,
then we're going to be closing on the road instead of closing at home,
right. Yep.
which is really important.
Look at how important it was last season. Like the fact that we got the final, the second leg at home made such a big difference. Such a big difference. And you really want to try to replicate that. Um, I'm with you, man. I did not love Hermoso last night. There's a lot of players that I didn't love last night. Hermoso being one of them. Delgadillo was not very good at all. I mean, I just felt like she had a good motor, like she always does, but just not finishing. Chances well. I know our bench is not super great right now, but that's a moment where you kind of give some of these other players opportunities and see what happens. And yeah, like you mentioned, some of the subs last night were not super great. I mean, the only one that kind of did anything in the grand scheme was Mia. Like Mia caused a lot of havoc down the left side, and again should have had an assist or two. I didn't love that Emma got pulled at halftime. Like
Nope.
I think she should have kept playing the whole game. And honestly, I
That
would have
should have
had
been
her.
Hermoso. Hermoso
Yeah,
should have been pulled.
yeah, because Emma at least gives you speed and she gives you good vision, and she has been. I mean, she's only played 3 games for the team so far, but she's been really solid. Like has slotted in and has been already a pretty significant contributor to the team in less than 2 weeks. Says a lot about her and her talent. Um, I don't think that last night was the right game to pull her. Felt like we could have used her in the second half, especially in a more advanced role. But
It was interesting that Pedro went with a 4-1-4-1 last night.
yeah,
Emma and Hermoso were kind of playing more as your attacking mids, like in the central corridors. I hadn't seen him do that before.
oy, oy, yeah,
He
yeah, yeah,
normally
yeah,
he
yeah.
normally likes to double pivot.
That's
You're a few seconds ahead of me, so I'm trying to
yeah,
see what's going on.
yeah. That's Forge getting a little close here, um, forcing Nahuel to make a save, a pretty decent save.
I'm telling you,
Um,
bro, this Forge team is kind of impressive in their discipline. I think they're very very disciplined. Like I like where their mind is. I think their coach is probably pretty tough dude
yeah, he seems like it.
because they just look resilient to me. They look like a team that is not going to fall apart. I had said pregame that we score and they're going to start to crumble, and I'm not seeing that at all.
Doesn't help that we're giving them probably a little bit more opportunities than we should, giving the ball away in midfield. But kudos.
Yeah, and that goes back to what I was saying in the second half. I mean, in the first half is that's the only way I see Forge getting us on a counter is
Right,
if we make a passing mistake of some sort in the initial third or in the middle third, and then they kind of have that opportunity to get behind our center backs.
right. No, never
I
mind.
want to say one other thing on the femenil, Dennis.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not liking Pedro Losa's body language and attitude right now. I don't know if you've noticed it, but I feel like he looks very pressured and stressed out to me.
Yeah, which like why, bro? You just won the
Yeah,
cup. Like just chill
his
out, bro.
body language is off. Like I was looking at him last night. I mean,
Correa
when they
yellow
played,
card, by the way, here in the
yeah, he kind
52nd
of earned
minute.
that one.
Yeah, he did. Continue.
Yeah, he looks very stressed out, bro, and he's been snappy in his press conferences, kind of like snapping at reporters who ask tough questions and kind of barking back at the fans and I think he's stressed out because I think he's starting to realize that the team isn't looking functional and it's worrying him. But We'll see. I mean, I was happy about the result and how we kind of ended the season last year, but Pedro Losa, man, at times just doesn't convince me.
Yeah.
And we'll see where that ends up, where that lands us. Plenty of competitions coming up.
Yeah,
But I
next
mean,
year.
he
I
needs
mean,
to understand that a lot more is expected of him at Tigres Femenil. Not only do you need to like win but you need to play well. I think the fans sort of demand it.
yep. There's a standard that has been set um by this team and by the history of this team that ultimately everybody needs to play their part in achieving that standard. And you can have good players and big names and all that, but if there isn't good play, then the fans will call you out on it. We'll call you out on it, right? Like as we've done. And um it just means more here. Especially with the sort of the higher standard that we want to be for clubs in this league in this side of the world, and trying to get up to the level of some of the bigger women's clubs in the world.
And he doesn't have the excuse that Pizarro, for example, has had for a while, that they haven't brought in the players that he needs. I think in that sense, Pedro Losa has been fortunate because the front office has really gone out and picked up a ton of good players for him. I mean, Emma Watson was at his request, and she's the talented player. I think Eve Perisset was another one that he requested, and so there, we've picked up pieces along the way, and he really can't complain that the front office hasn't backed him in that sense with signings. I
Yep.
think there's plenty of talent on that squad,
Yep.
and I mean the same can't be said about Pizarro, and
Yeah.
and Pizarro has kind of been. I think he's been very fair with the front office, even though he hasn't gotten some of the pieces he wanted. He's been very patient, and the team. That's the difference between the varonil and the femenil right now, is that the men's side, you could tell there's a purpose to the way we play,
Yep.
and you can see Pizarro's hand in the team. Whereas with the femenil, I think at times you don't know what you're looking at,
Yep.
and I think that's concerning. I think that's a mark of a poor coach.
Yep. It's unfortunate that these sort of problems continue to kind of linger over the team. But I will say it is better to have performances like yesterday now than in April and May. I know that's a
100.
cliche and all that, but genuinely, like, would you rather us lose this game or lose a home game in a semifinal or a final? You'd rather lose this game. So next up,
Absolutely, and there's plenty of season left. There's no need to
yeah,
like go in full panic mode. It's just stuff that we're seeing that I feel like needs to be corrected, but no need to panic just
yeah,
yet.
no, definitely not. Next up for the girls is a home match. Speaking of that game in hand that you talked about earlier, home match against Puebla, which was supposed to be played in week 2, will be played this Friday, Friday the 13th at 7 at home, which that means that it will be on the usual spots of Estrella and Telemundo via the Peacock app, if you have that, and I believe Fox Deportes still. So plenty of places to watch Friday's game. To quote Lou, he watches on Estrella because of the post game show, and I'll leave it at that. That's all I gotta say.
Dennis. Yeah, we'll leave it there, bro.
What's in your cup, dog? What you sipping
This
on?
is a caramel latte.
Ah, From like a local spot or
Yeah, this is local coffee shop here near the house
nice,
called Epoch.
nice. Epoch. Interesting.
Good joint for anybody that's listening that lives here in the Austin area.
Very
Well, if
nice.
you live in the Austin area, you probably know about this place, but it's one of my favorite joints because they used to be open 24 hours, so you could
Uh-huh.
go at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., go get you a cup of coffee if you were craving it.
Woo! If
And
you're
so,
if you're wanting the late night jitters, bro. Sheesh.
dude, I don't know what it is, man, but I love me some late night coffee, man.
Really? Bro,
Well,
that
I'm
would mess
drinking
me
coffee
up.
now.
That would mess me up, man.
No, that's the thing. Like with me, like caffeine normally doesn't really do anything.
Huh.
So, like I could drink it right now and I'll fall asleep just fine.
That's so interesting. That would
Sometimes it even makes me a little sleepy.
man, I wish. That would first of all, coffee I'm starting to drink more coffee now than I used to, but it kind of messes with my stomach sometimes. Um, but I can only do it in the morning. At least in the morning, I know it's going to sustain me throughout the day. Because if I try to do it at night, I'm not going to sleep. I can already tell. It's just not going to be a good time. My drink of choice today at work was a Mr. Pibb Zero. If you've ever had that before.
Hashtag sponsored comment.
Basically. Oh, here we go. Some subs about to happen. Marcelo Flores and Cesar Araujo about to come on for Tigres at about
Nice.
the 60-ish minute mark.
Been wanting to Araujo in this game.
Yeah, same. I wonder who they will come in for. I have to imagine.
Ozzy and Gorri.
I have to imagine it's those two. I have to. We'll see what happens. The ball is not out of play yet, but we will say those subs whenever they occur. Switching back over to the men's side now, not just with this game, but just kind of general conversation. Now that the transfer window is over, considering all of the business, both incoming and outgoing, and those of you who are watching, please give your answer to this question in the chat, por favor y gracias. How would you grade this transfer window for Tigres, Lou? With a
I'm
letter
gonna give
grade.
it. I'm gonna. Oh, letter grades, dude. Come
Yeah.
on. I'm gonna give it
Yeah.
a B minus.
All
B
right.
minus. I like the fact that we offloaded. What was it? 8 players. So we got rid of Tercero, Pisuto. We got rid of Ibanez. No, 9 players, bro. 9 because we got rid of Correa.
Not Correa, Cordova.
I mean Cordova and what's his name? I'm missing one.
Aquino left.
Aquino.
Uh
Leo Flores.
huh. Antuna, tuna sandwich.
Tuna. So I mean, we offloaded a ton of players that needed to go, and also freed up a ton of money. So to me, that's a big positive. But I think we added some good pieces. El Buffalo Aguirre, I think, is going to be a player that's going to help out Pizarro. I mean, yeah, Pizarro quite a bit in his system. And I think Araujo is going to be a big hit, bro. I think it's a signing that went a little bit under the radar because he's not a huge name, but I think he's going to be magnificent with the squad. This is a player that really is going to fit really well with Pizarro. I think he's going to mesh well with him. I think he's a player that understands the game well, knows how to follow the direction of the coach, and I think he's going to thrive.
Agreed. That little half chance that we just had did not.
I think the only gripe I got to make is the fact that we didn't get an elite fullback.
Yeah.
I think it was a bit of a mistake getting rid of Aquino. I still think we didn't fill that gap, and any injuries or anything like that, it's gonna mess us up.
Yep.
You know, imagine if Reyes went down and Farfan stays injured for a month or two more,
Right.
then you're really struggling at those
Ooh.
positions. What happened?
Joaquin
Gol?
almost scored a goal. Almost.
Dude, that
Almost.
guy is such a threat on set pieces, man.
Almost off a header, bro. Almost. Yeah, see? Close, right? Close.
Bro, he runs to that spot. He knows exactly where he needs to
Uh-huh.
be.
Uh-huh. By
Look
the
at
way,
that, bro.
sub update. Araujo came in for Bruneta, not Gorriaran, and Marcelo Flores correctly was subbed in for Ociel Herrera.
I kind of missed it. What was Gignac telling him? No, I noticed that Gignac was kind of grabbing him by the arm.
I didn't see it, to be honest. I'm kind of trying to scroll through stuff. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Forge with a chin. Joaquin with his elite speed. Oh, and he got out of it. Excellent, Joaquin. Excellent, because
Oh,
that
bro,
was
the way he tracked that, bro.
that was about to be the clearest chance that Forge has had all night, and somehow just got away with it there. Kudos.
Yeah, bro, to get past that dude in a 1v1
Woo!
and then a foot race.
Good luck. Good luck.
That's why I keep telling you I don't think Romulo and Joaquin are gonna get rid. You're not gonna see anybody else play at that center back tandem. I just think with that speed, I think Pizarro's fallen in love. Two guys that are extremely pacey, great in the 1v1s defensively.
Yeah.
It's a match made in heaven, bro.
Are you surprised, like I am, that Araujo has played so much already? Like, he's going to play about 30 minutes tonight. He played a good amount on Friday. I'm surprised, considering he hasn't played since October.
Yeah. But I think Pizarro must have seen something in practice, bro.
Yeah.
He must have seen, like, now this dude's
Like,
fit,
yeah.
and he's smart. Yeah, bro. Araujo, bro, is going to be so good for us, man. He's going to be so good.
65th minute here in the second leg. The score has not changed. It is still 1-0 Tigres, both tonight and on aggregate. If the result holds, Tigres will advance to the round of 16 of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. We have reached over 100 people watching the stream. Gracias. We want more. Come hang. Come.
I'm interested to see where the people are listening from.
Yeah.
I always wonder where our listeners are at. Are they in the States or Mexico?
Yeah, let us know. Are they Canada? We got any Forge people watching right now?
We can't run polls right on this thing, can we?
I don't think so. I could try.
Kind of cool.
It would be very nice. Threedger also kind of agreeing with you with that letter grade of B-, but also saying C+ as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Yeah, it's not an amazing window, but it looked like a D- type of window with the lack of incomings. But not only did we get some incomings, we got some pretty solid ones as well. Especially like you mentioned, Araujo. Is Bruneta emotional? It looked like he. Oh, that was weird. They just showed him on the bench and he looked kind of going through it. Am I tripping or?
No, I'm telling you, there was something going on earlier where Gignac grabbed him by the arm and was trying to talk to him.
Oh, okay. Well,
like, that's why I was asking.
Shout out Guti saying on Twitter, saying, "Did you see Bruneta pissed after being subbed?" Okay, yeah, something's going on there.
Yeah, I knew something was happening.
Something's going on there. I mean, to be honest, he didn't have that great of a game tonight. So.
Yeah, dude, Bruneta hasn't had a great start to the season, and he hasn't been brilliant. And then you go and throw a tantrum like that, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not great. Not super ideal. Maybe Pizarro's master plan all along was to actually have the midfield pivot be Gorriaran and Araujo instead of Gorriaran and Bruneta.
Oh boy, imagine, bro. Plot
that-
twist.
Is that the vision? Who knows? Well,
Uh,
only time will tell.
Honestly, I wouldn't hate it if we got rid of Brunetta and picked up somebody really, really good.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't hate that.
yeah, but that's not going to happen till the summer, obviously. At this
Yeah.
point, um, I'm just going to go on record now, here on the 10th of February in the year of our Lord 2026. I think there will be 2 foreign spots opened up this summer for Tigres.
I need names, Dennis. Names, my man.
Obviously, Gignac will, I would imagine, most likely will not be on the team next season. All signs indicate to that. And I think I'm with you. I think Brunetta may not be here after this season as well. And that would allow us to get
Do we get rid of Ozzy too, bro?
well, yes, but I mean from a foreign player's perspective,
Yeah.
since we only have such limited slots, yeah, I would not be surprised if Osia leaves as well. Guti saying Brunetta's not happy in Tigres lately, especially after he deleted all his Tigres related stuff on his Instagram, which I forgot about. That is very true. Well, you know who else deleted all his stuff on Instagram the other day? Bad Bunny, but that's a whole different situation. I'll just leave it at that.
You seeing what Araujo's doing, bro? Dropping in between.
Yeah, so great.
Dropping down basically as a center back.
Oh, jeez. Joaquim, boy, did he get that right. Had he gotten that wrong, Forge would have had a penalty. Good grief.
Bro, we're
playing with fire.
We're getting to that time of the game where we are playing with fire, bro. This is typical Tigres behavior right
Bro, si no es
Doesn't
sufrir, no
surprise
es
me.
Tigres, bro.
in the least bit, bro.
Really need a second goal right about now. Really, really need it. I don't know where we're gonna get it from. We've kind of lost our dominance of the game. Oh, Lainez actually may be trying to. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Aguirre goal!
Man, I hate it that you're like 10 seconds ahead of me, bro.
Wow, what a play, Lainez.
Oh, that's a nice goal, bro.
What a goal. What a finish from El Buffalo. And Gignac about to come in too for minutes. Wow. Oh, that is great. 2-0 Tigres.
Bro, that's a really nice goal, bro. Low
Excellent.
key.
Excellent goal. Look, show the replay of that.
Upper 90, bro. He left-footed shot. Kind of bent it in a little bit.
Man,
we're all the Aguirre haters, bro.
Bro, I know. Again,
Tatanka.
Is he on? Ugh, it's close. It's close. They may check VAR for this because it's close. God, what a finish that is, though. Good grief. What a pass from Lainez, too.
Nah, he's on, bro. He's on.
Space. Okay,
no,
good.
Golazo, bro. That's
bro.
a golazo, man.
Wow.
Nah. That's a golazo, bro.
Man, again, what I know it's
left-footed, dude. Woo!
Yes, it's Forge, but the fact that he's getting that moment to have this game right now in his first game, I think will do wonders for him down the road.
There's a lot of Aguirre haters right now, bro.
That's his last
tweets.
That's his last action of the game. He's getting subbed off for André Pierre Gignac.
Hey, speaking of this, bro, where is Gignac on the CONCACAF Champions League scoring list?
Ooh, good question.
Man,
time to do some research.
We need our researcher Tigres to do
Tigres!
Hook us up, bro.
If not, I'm gonna beat you to it. CONCACAF.
Which speaking of Tigres, bro, we need to pretty much make him part of the podcast. Like he needs to be on the credits. We need to add him to the iTunes and Spotify credits.
Yeah, bro.
Put his Twitter handle on there.
This dude been on that contribution for like the last year. Our most consistent.
He's our researcher, bro.
For real. Records. Man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able
I know the The all-time leader is isn't it La Chuletita Orozco or something
Okay,
crazy
here we go.
like that?
According to Google AI, he has 24 CONCACAF Champions Cup goals. Other all-time top scorers include Darwin Quintero, Oribe Peralta, and Andre Pierre Guignac with 20.
Okay,
He's
so
4
who
away.
holds? See, I'm telling you, bro. It would be nice to get Gignac to the top of that list.
You just got to score a cheeky 5 goals before this tournament ends.
Tourney's long, bro.
Hey, we need a deep run, but I'm with it.
Which,
I'm
by the
with it.
way, how's Cincy doing, bro? Have we checked up on their score?
They have not started their series yet. I believe they start next week. A lot of these round 1 matchups are being like phased in and out. So only some of them are happening this week. A few of the others start next week. This is only the second round 1 series that is being completed tonight. Brunetta still sulking on the bench, by the way. They just showed a shot of that. Not super great.
Send them to go play with the under 21s for a stinking month, para que se le quite.
For real. The lights are on at El Volcan. The phone lights are going through the crowd. Gotta love it.
It feels like the stadium got a little fuller, right?
It did. It did.
It was looking really bleak at the beginning of the game.
People saw the boletos at 100 pesos and were like, "All right, we'll go."
You think we got to 30K today or no?
I hope so. I hope so. That would be great. Okay, Forge has a free kick opportunity here. Not too far away from the box. And, we technically got it away, but there's a chance to make it look back for VAR. Now we have a chance on the counter. Lainez driving with a lot of space, finds Chelo, and Forge does a good job to recover.
Dude, we blew that counter, bro. We had a 4-on-2.
Yep. Bad touches.
Oh, Cello, that first touch was terrible for Cello,
real
bro.
bad. Real bad.
Chihuahua.
Oh well.
That's disappointing. What were you looking at that? Do you think there was a handball? Is that what you're saying? VAR might get involved?
they're saying even the Forge guys are saying handball.
But I mean, if it was on the wall, that had to be tucked. I doubt that we would have stretched our arm out.
Yeah, I doubt it too. They're asking for it pretty hard, but I don't think VAR is going to give it much of a look. From what I can tell. Nope. Referee says, wait. Oh no, he's looking at it. Oh, okay. Here we go. He's looking at it. The ref is going to VAR. He is going to the screen. And they are going to look at this. Let's see what the footage says. We're at about the 76th minute here in this second leg. Current score is 2-0, but it has gotten interesting. It could potentially get really interesting with this decision from the VAR. I don't know why we're not getting the feed.
We're not getting anything, bro.
We're not getting the feed, but the ref somehow is. Okay. He's looked at it. He's coming out. Penalty. Penalty for Forge. Replay says, okay, it hit Chelo. It hit Chelo on the arm. He kind of brings the arm down as the ball's heading towards him.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah. Tough. That's tough.
That is such a foolish.
He's trying to get it away, but he brings it down at the last second.
Bro, what is it with us and handballs, bro?
Bro, that number 20 jersey's cursed.
Bro.
Freaking Aquino had like 50 million handballs last season. And now Chelo takes that number over, and now he's going to do the same thing.
I'm getting the Leagues Cup flashbacks to that Miami game, bro.
Bro, and that freaking Rayados game a couple years ago, too.
Call it right now. Does Nahuel save it?
Oh, I hope so. It's his birthday. It is his birthday. May I remind the people, Nahuel Guzman is celebrating a birthday today as this game is happening. The man from Argentina, the greatest goalkeeper in Liga MX history, has turned 40 years old today. And
Joins Gignac in the 40 club.
yeah, in the 40 club. Drieger saying not sure it should really be a PK. I don't know, man. I think if he fully tucks the arm away like he should have, it's a different story. But I think he put it down at the wrong time. Like he was doing this as the ball was going towards him. I don't know.
I'm a little disappointed that wall split open, bro. That
Yeah.
should not be happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if
Yeah.
they would have all stayed together, you don't have that gap.
Woodsy! Ayo, boys, let me know when you're running to the next watch along.
My boy Woodsy, baby.
Eso way. We got you.
Bem-vindo, rapaz. He only understands Portuguese now, bro, so I got to talk to him in his mother tongue.
Yeah, he doesn't speak whole anymore. British or English from Hull. All right, here we go. We're now at the 79th minute. Forge
bro, what's going on outside the box, bro? Everybody fighting for that little corner. There's nothing significant about that spot, bro. Come on.
Looks like Forge is gonna let their striker Wright take the penalty. I don't think he started this game. I believe he came off the bench. But here we go. He's about to take it. This gets really interesting if he makes it. Winds up. Goal. Goal for Forge. 2-1. Tigres still leading on aggregate and on the night. However, it has gotten really interesting because if Forge scores again and the score line remains 2-2, if it gets to that point, they would advance, not Tigres, because of the away goal rule. Buckle up. I'm kind of glad we did this. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Edgar. Reaction to that goal.
Good call, Edgar.
Good call, Edgar, indeed. See, even the comment from him. There's the boo sound for you. Okay, well, that got really interesting, but also, this is fun that we're, like, reacting to this live. I like that we did this, especially in a game that has gotten slightly interesting. Okay, now on the break. Oh! Gol de Correa! 3-1.
Oh, beautiful, bro.
What a goal. Is that a Chelo
low and right on the post, man. That's beautiful.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a proper striker, baby.
Love to see Correa score, man.
Yeah.
Chelo
did so great there. Great little pass. Oh, great hit. It got a nice bounce. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. Just seconds after giving up the penalty, Tigres have come down on the other end and immediately have restored the 2-goal lead.
Bro, right at the base of the post right there. Boom.
Boom. Edgar saying, you're going to need to post my bail.
My man is getting naked and he's going streaking.
He's doing push-ups in front of his TV.
Don't worry, bro. We'll crowdfund your bail. Don't worry. We got you.
AJ's in the chat.
My
Attack
boy
looking
AJ.
good. He's alive.
Hook him, AJ. Hook him, baby.
We're so foul, bro. We're so mean.
I haven't seen that guy since the Longhorns took the belt to the butt.
I haven't seen that guy since last year. Crazy.
Poor guy, man. We took his soul, bro.
Oh. Still on the attack here. 82nd minute now. Forge now needs to score.
Hey, you notice how much better the team looked after Ozzy Herrera got subbed out?
Chelo continuing why he should be the starter.
Chelo needs to be the starter in spite of that little hiccup that he had on the
Yeah.
line,
Yep.
on the wall.
Yep. Agreed. I haven't seen Arnoldo since last year. Ya no nos quiere.
Arnoldo disappeared right as Lainez was getting good, bro. You notice that?
Yep. Hey, but Arnoldo did say the other day if he keeps this up, he's gonna buy Lainez's World Cup national team kit. Not even a Tigres kit. National team kit.
Arnoldo, if you're listening to this, if you can get Calle Siete to sponsor some headsets for Edgar and AJ,
Bro,
please.
not
And
just a
thank you.
headset, a new laptop. Oh, Gignac almost scored.
Oh, dude, I need Gignac to
Oh,
score, bro.
save from their keeper.
I want
Ay, ay, ay.
that title for him, that record for him.
He said that.
Man.
He said that so he never has to wear it. AJ saying, "I rubbed the Aggie ring on the crest. Look what happens." Crazy.
AJ.
Crazy. Good end of this game. We're like, oh, you're getting called out in the chat, by the way, from Pollito. Por compadre, Tigres English won't say nothing about Nico no more. I'm going to tell him to come join in here, and if he wants to talk to you, he can talk to you here.
Look, Pollito, you out of all people should understand what I'm going through after you lost Bisuto. So you should be consoling me, bro, not piling it on.
'85th minute. Looks like Ford
Hey,
just
Chicha's coming in, bro.
Oh, nice.
Pizarro giving him minutes in spite of him having visited the Rayados Stadium over the weekend.
Yeah, for real. Ford's captain is coming off right now. Looks like he got a little injury, but he's being subbed off as well around this time.
Hey, bro, shout out to Forge, bro. They were a worthy opponent, man.
Made it tough for a little bit. I wonder who Chicha's coming in for.
Lainez?
I would imagine so. Maybe hide your wives, ahí viene Chicha. Sure. Oh, Joaquim! 4-1.
Oh, 4-1. Another one?
And not a header. He got it with his feet. Wow.
Smoked it, bro.
Wow. Goal.
That's the king right there. The king. Joaquin.
Wakanda forever.
Love that guy.
What a goal. He's had a great year. Great season for him so far, on both ends of the field. Oh, he just got to the spot at the right time. That marking from Forge is really bad, but raising that price tag, says AJ. 4-1. Tigres over Forge in the 86th minute. Joaquin scoring in the 85th minute.
Shout out to Lainez for actually putting a good cross into the box, bro.
Right.
Man, we had gone through a streak where we couldn't even make it reach the first post.
Chicha Sanchez has entered the field officially. I'm waiting to see the confirmation as to. Okay, so he came out for Lainez. And I believe that is all of our substitutions. Are we playing Forge or Flan Luis 2.0?
Calmate, bro. It's messed up. Give some respect to the Forge, bro. They play
well. You gotta stop saying Flan Luis because now I want Flan at freaking 10:50 p.m., bro. Quiero ir allá a la panadería que está allá por el otro lado de la ciudad and give me a concha and some flan, bro.
Nah, San Luis is a respectable team, bro. The team that needs to be made fun of is Mazapan.
Correct. Well, that's quite the response, I would say, from the boys after giving up that penalty, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Quite the response. The stadium's kind of cleared out a little bit.
Everybody's got to go work tomorrow, bro. Don't blame them.
Mazaflan! Stop saying flan! I want flan! That's going to be the background next week, by the way. I'm going to put in the AI generator, Tiger wearing a Tigres jersey, about to eat a big old thing of flan.
This portion of the watch along
Ah,
brought to you by Pasteleria Leti.
bro. Ooh, hey, if you know, you know. If you know about Leti, bro, you know.
Look at it, Pollito's here, bro.
Yeah,
Look at
bro.
this.
Ya
Pollito, I
ya
thought
quiere
you'd be
hablar
out
contigo,
celebrating,
bro.
bro.
Stadium empty because everyone's hiding their wives from Chicha. That's crazy.
Just so everybody
Crazy.
knows, Pollito's turning 24 at midnight.
Oh my word. What's he saying? I miss Fulgencio. Do you? Oh. Yeah, Forge almost just got a second for no reason. That was weird.
Next
That
watch
was weird.
along, we're gonna do one shot for every time Woodsy brings up Fulgencio, bro.
And then one shot for every time we mention Orey.
Oh, my boy Luis Q, baby.
Here we
Mad
go.
respect.
La verdad, un poco tarde, pero aquí estoy. And I'm celebrating with you all, ya sabes, cheers. Fulgencio runs like
You're the
my
best,
laptop.
Pollito.
Oh, here we go. Guignac on the break here in the closing minutes of this match. And he loses the ball. He's 40. I'll give him a pass. I will give him a pass. Winding down here in the last few minutes of this game. We're also going to be live winding down this watch along as well. Now that we've pretty much confirmed our place into the next round, we can kind of look ahead to our next Conca matchup, which will probably be against FC Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's facing what, a team from the DR?
I think so, and I believe that series starts sometime next week. I will confirm that here in a second once I pull up the information. The next match for Tigres, Varonil, is Sunday against Nico Ibanez and Cruz Azul away. And they have changed the time of this game. They changed it, I believe, today. That match now starts at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. 4:30 p.m. on Sunday for Cruz Azul versus Tigres. There are 4 minutes being added on to the end of this match, of the Forge match, as stoppage time has begun. Let me find the Cincinnati information really quickly, and we can talk about that here in a second. Marcelo Flores on the break, and he gives the ball up way too easily. Let's talk about Cruz Azul really quickly. That's always as we know, that's always a tough game. When we went there on the road, last time in the regular season, we didn't do so great. Although we were fine last time we were there on the road a couple months ago in Liguilla. We have gotten the better of them kind of recently, but what do you expect out of that match against a team that has been through some changes with their personnel, but still has some strong players?
As far as talent's concerned, I think it's one of the most talented and stacked teams in the league.
Sorry, Edgar corrected me. Frustrasul. You're right.
Edgar always has the best cut down names for these guys.
Sorry, go
ahead. Yeah, they just haven't looked great under Larcamón. You know, they haven't been dominant like they were, for example, under Anselmi or what's his face, Vicente Sanchez. So it's gonna be a good test for both teams, I think. Could you say that this is probably going to be the biggest test so far this season?
Yeah.
Given the opponents we've had, it's probably right.
Yeah,
we could say that it's the
on the level
test.
of the Toluca match too.
Because Toluca, when we played them, they were kind of bringing their B team pretty much, right? They had at least 4 or 5 missing starters.
Right.
So I think this is the team that is more complete right now between Toluca and them. Like when we played Toluca, they just weren't at their best personnel wise. So I think this is going to be a good litmus test for both of us to see where we're at.
Anselmi, shout out from Woodsy. Isn't he the coach of Botafogo currently?
Yeah.
Sounds right. Can't remember off the top of my head. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Woodsy. Ooh, question from Pollito. What do you all think about the immediate impact of Buffalo, even though it's against Forge? Hey, you can't ask for anything better, man. Like in a high stakes game, right? Like a game that you have to win in order to advance in this competition. Yes, it's against, I would say inferior competition, but for a guy who has maybe trained once or twice and probably caught a couple sessions of film, you can't ask for anything more. Like that's a great a great first start appearance for the team, and long may it continue.
A brace, and then he pressed really well during that first half, and I think it's the start that he would have dreamed, because it really is getting him off to a great start. I think there was a lot of doubters, and now he's kind of starting to silence some folks with this good start. And I need a Gignac score, bro.
It was
Seldon,
close.
though.
I know. Juanito saying, now you'll see where Nico is at. Sadly, LOL, I'm scared.
Call it right now, Pollito. Is Nico getting back to his good level, or is he toast? Is his career done?
Oh boy.
I'm kind of interested to see what people think. I think he might. I'm gonna put the odds at real low percentage, but I'm gonna put it like at 40% that he has a resurgence under Cruz Azul.
Okay. We'll see what he says. He's scoring versus us guaranteed. Nombre way. Don't be talking about the lay the X with this.
We're
With it.
gonna
You and
shut him
Carlos,
down,
bro.
bro.
You and Carlos, bro, talking about lay the X with this guy. Come on, man. I don't want that. I don't want.
We're
Oh,
gonna shut him down.
let's be real, bro. He's not even gonna start the game. Let's give it a buck. He's not gonna start that game. He's gonna come off the bench. Like if he starts over Gabriel Fernandez or whatever his name is, like
El
that's
Toro.
yeah, that's not gonna happen. It's just not. Final score. The game has gone final. Tigres 4, Forge 1. Tigres on aggregate 4-1, and officially have advanced to the round of 16 in the 2026 CONCACAF Champions Cup. The next matchup will be played in March against the winner of our old friends at FC Cincinnati or O&M FC from, as you guessed it, Lou, the DR. The first leg of that matchup is next Wednesday in the DR, and then the second leg is 2 Wednesdays from now in Cincinnati. We already have some predictions coming in for the Cruz Azul match. Edgar saying, I hear their striker can't even hit a piñata. Tigres 3, Cruz Azul 1. Are you talking about Toro or are you talking about Ibanez or both?
I'm going with a tie. That's gonna be my prediction, Dennis. I'm gonna go 1-1.
Okay. We've been better on the road this season than we've been at home so far, which a year ago we were really bad on the road. Los dos andan comiendo camote. That's crazy. Wow, Trigger 4-1. Goodness. I like it. I like it. I'm being realistic. He will score versus us, but Buffalo will respond. Oh yeah, 3-1. I'm gonna say 2-0.
2-0 us.
Yes, I like obviously what the new signings have contributed so far. I don't think Araujo's going to start still. I think we still have to wait a little bit longer for him to get his match fitness fully up. AJ saying 3-0. Woo-wee! I like it. I like the positivity. Trigger forgetting we offloaded Tercero. We don't have that kind of power. That's crazy. I think real quick lineup prediction. I think Buffalo will start again. I mean, he has to. Chelo, Correa, Lainez. It sounds. honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe Araujo does start because boy, did Bruneta throw a fit just now after getting subbed off. I don't think that's going to go over super well in the locker room. Unless Romulo is able to come back and start, which I hope he does. Maybe he slots into midfield with Gorri. I imagine Loroña will keep his spot at left back, Chuy at right back, and Joaquim and Angulo as your center back pairing. That would be my guess. Romulo Gorri as the midfield, and Bruneta gets benched because he decided to whine tonight. But I'm going to say 2-0. I'm going to say Aguirre scores and Correa scores because Correa has a good track record against Cruz Azul in his very limited time here in the Mexican League. El Buffalo hat trick, says AJ.
I like that.
Ambitious. Let me see. Where's
Woodsy
AJ?
threatening to go to Monterrey one day.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get to that in a second. AJ is savage with the hat trick jab for you Tigres English. Ha ha ha. Yeah, Woodsy saying, after I go to Brazil, the first place I want to visit is Monterrey. I'll try to catch a quick flight to your boys in Texas whilst I'm there. Brother, we'll meet you in Monterrey. We'll meet you in
Yeah.
Texas. Wherever you go, just tell us, bro, and we'll be
Just
there.
tell us ahead of time so we can do it.
Yeah, for real. We will be there.
We're there, Woodsy.
So yeah, that's the next league game for Tigres is on Sunday against Cruz Azul. Hopefully we can keep the vibes going. Like I mentioned, the next CONCACAF match will not happen until March. So we do have a little bit of a break on that front. Viernes Botanero coming back next week against Pachuca next Friday the 20th. So that'll be our
What
next
time?
game.
What time is the kickoff on that one?
That is also a 7 p.m. kickoff. What are we doing? What are we doing? Spit is crazy. What did David say? Where is it at? No llegas tú, compadre, te vas. Never have I met you, but everyone else, wow, sir. I don't even know what this guy's even saying.
Pollito. Every time I'm at the stadium where he's at the stadium, I just hide from him the whole time, bro.
He admitted it. Lou admitted it.
I hide. I feel like he's gonna beat me up or something. I don't know.
Hey, I can confirm Pollito is a tall man. A rather tall man.
And at 24 years old, bro, extremely young too.
I can't stand you. That's crazy. So yeah, that's it. Hey, I think that's a pretty successful watch along. Don't you think?
That was interesting, bro. We had not done anything like that, so
Yeah. Do you guys think we should
cool.
do
I
that
liked it.
again? If you're watching right now, if you're watching back later, do you guys think we should do this again? If y'all genuinely want us to do this again, like let us know and we'll figure out when is the best time to do that. Minus the laptop pulling in Antuna. I said I'd love to catch a game with yous and I want to spit on Sean. Wow, Sean catching strays.
Hey, maybe we'll get Sean to go too, bro.
Oh, hey, I'm down. I am down. Yeah, you gotta let us know when you're coming to this side of the world, Woodsy. Hopefully it's sometime soon. Threeger saying I'm down for another one. We have at least one person who wants this to happen again. If y'all really want this to happen again, please let us know. You don't have to tell us right now. It'd be great if you told us right now, but you can always tell us later in the comments, or you can hit us up on Twitter or on all the other socials and let us know. So as a reminder, Tigres Femenil on Friday at home. Tigres Varonil away at Cruz Azul on Sunday afternoon, evening-ish. And then we'll talk about the other games that are coming up after that when the time comes. But that's gonna do it for us tonight. Here on the Lautimes podcast on this live watch along. Thank you for joining us. especially all you who joined us live. Great comment section tonight. Great chat section tonight. It was actually lively, especially towards the end. Shout out you guys for joining us. Follow us on all the socials. Check out the show notes or the episode description, depending on what platform you're on. And click on all the links, follow all the handles. You can follow Lou and I on our respective Twitter handles if you look at the screen or look at the show notes. And like I said, we'll be back next week with a normal episode, not a watch along, to discuss the matches that will happen later this week. Look ahead to what's coming up after that and anything else that pops up between now and then with this team that we love and that we care about so much. If you want to be a part of the show in any way, please let us know. We're always looking to have more people join us. If you want to share your story about your love for the team, please let us know that as well. We can figure out something in the near future. But that's it for us tonight here on this Tuesday. For Lou down in Austin and for me, Dennis up here in DFW, this has been the Lautimes Podcast. Have a great night, a great rest of your week. Arriba la U! We'll talk to you guys next time.
Peace.